Hello, today I will show you how can you structure your board in Azure DevOps. For this purpose, I will open my ERP project, okay, here. And when I click on it, I will get in it and I will create it on boards. And then you can see if I go to backlog, I will see backlogs like this, and here I can choose what I want to see, user stories, epics, etc., etc. Or I can see that as a board. If I choose that, see that as a board, you will see that my board will be selected. So if I go to backlog, once again, it's here. But if I wanted to see it as a board, I can click here on the board as well. Okay, now see that we have new, active, resolved, and closed. Okay, let's go and switch to features. What do I have? New, active, resolved, closed. Okay, let's go to story. New, active, doing done because I did it. Resolved and closed. So we can have for each status doing and done. First of all, how can I do that? I can go here. I can go to columns, okay, here. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. And in active, I can see split column into doing done. I will change it. And after I save it, you will see that I don't have it here. So for each of those, except for new, for each active states, you can have doing and done. Since I don't want to do that, I will say, okay, my user story is active. And now, first thing, you will see an error. And I will explain why. But before I explain, I will explain why is this an error. I will explain how this error behaves. So basically, from new, it shouldn't go to active. It should go somewhere else. Where? That is coming in a minute. But since it's here, you can see only an error. So if you want to put it back, you cannot. You cannot move it anywhere. So when you see an error like this, without explanation, click on user story, and you will see the field state contains the value active that is the list of supported values. So I'm going to put it here in new. And I will now, when I put it in new, if I go back here, I don't have to save it. If I go back here, and if I refresh the screen, you will see that it will not be in active error states anymore. Now back to the what caused this error. Let me drag my Excel sheet, and I explain how to make some statuses in my video number 13, item statuses in project. So if you saw this, you're familiar with Epic that has new, active, resolve, closed, removed. Let me now close this, and if I go to Epic, you will see that I have new, active, resolves, closed, and removed is not seen here, because if it's removed, it's removed. Feature, they have also new, active, resolve, closed. And if I go back for my statuses, which are here in Excel, it is perfectly good. You can see that Epic cannot go from new to resolved or to closed. Okay, this red means it cannot go from this status to this status. Okay, let me show you that. Let me close this Excel. So I said that, for example, Epic cannot go from new to resolved. if I try to do this, I will be able to do this, but I will get an error. So obviously it cannot be done. Okay, let's go back to new. Let's go back here, and everything is okay. Not for now, but you should refresh the screen. And then you will see it's all over here. Now, let's go to the user stories. User story, as I showed you, cannot go from new to active. Why? Because I created a very complicated workflow for user stories. So I have new, clarification, scoping, ready, active. I add some statuses, which also can be found in my video, which is number 13, item statuses in a project. So in that video, I created some new states. When you create a new states for, let's say, in my example user story, it is not automatically shown here, only default one. So what should I do? I should take each on those and make them visible on a board. New, clarification, scoping, ready, active, wait for feedback, result, ready for test, closed and removed. And I want them to be order in this status. So let's do it. For this, I should choose this gear, team settings, and I will go to columns. In columns, I can see exactly what I have. New, active, resolved, closed. But I need a clarification. So, first of all, I can rename this. I can say new one, which I will then undo. And if I go, you will see, if I save it, you can see new one. But I don't want to do this, so I'm going to columns, and I will leave it as it is. New, okay, save. Now, it is back new. Let's go to columns, and let's add column. To add a column, I should click here, and I will name it clarification. VIP limits is, for now, you can forget about this. I will not do it. I will not use it. And I should say, okay, this is the column name, but which state belongs to this column name? For that, I should go, let me spread this a little bit, okay. For that clarification, I should go here and choose clarification, okay. And I will save and close. Or I can go new one, okay, and I can say scoping, okay, and I will say for this one as well, scoping. Then I will say ready, and I will choose ready. Okay, then I need active, but I have it. Then I need wait for feedback. Okay, let's say wait for feedback. Okay, let's scroll down and let's say for this one, I need wait for feedback. Now I need ready to test, resolved, I have it, closed, I have it, remove, I have it, but it's not shown here, and I need ready to test. For that one, I will go here, and I will say ready to test. And I will choose this one as well. Ready for test. Now, here you will see I should rename it, and I will go back, and I will say ready for test is user story state mapping, and it should be ready for test. So if I make a mistake, I can change it. Now you see this is new, ready for test, wait for feedback, ready, etc., etc. But let me show you, it should be in this order. New, clarification, scoping, ready, active, and so on and so on. So let me rearrange it. New, okay, this is the first one. Then scoping. I will just drag and drop it right to the new. Then I need clarification between new and scoping. Okay, so I have new, clarification, scoping, then it will be ready. Then I need new clarification, scoping, ready. Then after ready, I need active, okay. Then after active, I need wait for feedback. Then I need resolved, okay. Ready for test, closed and removed. And closed is somewhere down there, which cannot be seen if I don't click here. So left and right navigation is here. And I will save and close it. Now, you see that I have all my statuses. What can I do? I can now go and try to move it from new to clarification. It is okay. I don't have error. I can move it from clarification to new. Why? Once again, let's see Excel, because from clarification it can go to new. But let me try to push it from new to ready. Okay, from new to ready. It can be done. Why? Because it says that from new to ready, it cannot be done. So obviously something is wrong. Let me see what is wrong, because why can it goes from new to ready? Obviously the rules are not correct. Let us check it out. I opened a new tab for my organization. I will go to organizational settings. I will go to process. I will look at my process when it opens, obviously. Okay, come on, open. Reload it, reload it, reload it. Okay, here it is. And this one is what I'm using. I'm going to user story use, and I will say rules. Okay, let's see what did I do for when it's moving story state, moving restriction from state new. From state new, restriction to the transition ready, to the state ready, to the state resolved. So let me try to put it in resolved state from new to resolved. You can see, let me go here to ready. It is forbidden. If I go in the user story, you can see that I cannot choose anything but clarification, scoping, or removed. Why is that so? Because I put it in those rules. So clarification, scoping, or removed. Okay, from new, clarification, scoping, or removed. Let me go back. So if I'm here in a backlog, in a particular user story, I can do it. Okay? I cannot do it, sorry. I cannot go to resolve. But here, if I go back, you can see it is in resolve. So basically, let's see, from new to active, error. Okay. Now I'm going to go here and I will say to new. Okay, let me go back. Let me refresh it. Okay, I refreshed it. Now I want to, from new to some forbidden state. Let me check it here. Forbidden state is for new to wait for feedback. Okay, let me try to wait for feedback. It worked. So, obviously, this is a bug. What does it mean, a bug? And a bug is that I can go from new to, let's say, wait for feedback, even if I said that it shouldn't go to wait for feedback, but it cannot be to closed or, for example, ready for test. So be aware when you use your boards and when you put all your statuses here, which you should if you create new one, that sometimes you will be able to move item, to drag and drop item to the wrong state, which you will not be able to do if you try it as a backlog here, because in backlog, if I open this user story, okay, if I go here, clarification, scoping, and removed are only available when I'm going from new, okay? If I go to scoping, okay, and save it, okay, and I want from move to scope from scoping somewhere, you see that I have clarification, ready, or removed, because that is exactly how it was supposed to be. And now I can go to move. But if you are, once again, in a backlog here, in a board structure, then sometimes you will be allowed to move item, in my particular case, user story, to wrong status. So basically, to conclude this video, when you create your statuses beyond default statuses, so you put your new statuses or one status you created, you should put them in the board manually using setting gear, columns, and then add a column, give a column a name, and be aware that you should, for each column, say which status is going to be under which column. So for clarification is clarification, for scoping is scoping, and you can put text if it's not self-explanatory as a markdown. Hope this helps. Thank you very much. And from next time, we are starting with sprinting. Until then, have a nice day.